Hello? Yes, we are. Hello? Yes, it's me, the king of late night TV, David Bronstein. Now, I want to ask you a question. It never, never, ever ends. I have a leak in my sink. A leak. It's like Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls! David Jack and I used to do the old Abbott and Costello routine. My dog scratched himself. The old Abbott and Costello routine, Three Stooges routine. Slowly I turned. That's what my sink is. My sink has been running for 3 days. Not drip, drip, like Maxwell House coffee. Drip, drip. Good to the last drop. Not this. This costs me money with every drip. It's running. Now, we have a snowstorm here, and it's been snowing. Yes, we live in Alaska. The Canadians say, oh, the Americans think we live in Alaska, the North Pole. We do. We've had snow here. It's piled up all over the place here. Snow over the steps. Snow. Every day it's Christmas in Toronto. So my hot water stopped running. It froze. And the last time I called the plumber to fix the hot water, he charged me $150. I wasn't going to call. I figured, the hell with the hot water. I don't need any hot water. I'll take a cold shower. I'm not getting any sex anyway. I'm going to take a cold shower. So, don't tell my wife that. So, the water stopped running, so I turned the faucet to the hot water part. When it warms up, the water will come out. So, guess what? After many days, the water starts coming out. Terrific. I go to shut off the water, can't do it. The water won't shut off. Keeps running, won't shut off. Well, I don't know what to do. This happened on Thursday, and today is Sunday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days. You say, Dave, after Thursday, when the water wouldn't stop running, why didn't you call the plumber then? It happened at night, 9 or 10 o'clock at night, that we were tired. I said, I'll call tomorrow. So I let the water run. I closed the door to the bathroom, and I don't want to hear it. And my kids said, why don't you put a towel there so you won't hear it? I said, oh, it'll be like one of those machines you buy where you hear the crickets, you hear the water running, a waterfall, you buy a little fountain to help you sleep. This way to help you sleep. It helped me sleep and pee my pants the whole night. So, because when you hear running water, it makes you pee. Actually, no, that's not true. When I go to sleep, I sleep like a baby. Sleep like a baby. I cry, wake up, pee in my pants. I killed that joke. Anyway, actually, when I sleep, I'm a very light sleeper. The other day, I woke up in the chandelier. Anyway, actually, I sleep like a log. Sleep like a log. I woke up in the fireplace. Anyway, so the water kept running. That was on Thursday. So on Friday, I figured I'd get up. I called the plumber. My kids are in school. My wife is working. I'm out of the house. I got the plumber in by himself, for God's sakes, here. So the water ran all day Friday. Now, I want to tell you about the water running, and I'll tell you about that part in a minute. And me not being home for the plumber. And then Saturday, we were out all day yesterday. And meanwhile, I'm calling a Jewish plumber. Now, I've done blogs before about Jews who can't figure out how to work anything. We have no tools in the house. I called this one plumber. He says, look under the sink, and you'll see 2 knobs to turn the water off. There's only 2 knobs that I want to see, and my wife ain't showing me either knob. So, don't tell my wife. So, actually, my new tagline, don't tell my wife. So, I said, I don't know where the faucets are. I said, Andrea, my wife's the mechanic of the house. My wife replaces the light bulbs and all that stuff. So, I said, Andrea, I want to show you something. You know what these are? These are batteries for the smoke alarm. Anyway, so I said to my wife, they're still in the package. So, I tell you, my wife figured out how to turn off the water, the cold water, but the hot water was still running. She said, we can't turn it. It's too hard to turn off the hot water. So I called the plumber, and he said, turn off the 2 knobs. I said, my wife turned off one of the knobs, but she can't, the other one's too hard. She says, do you have a wrench in the house? I said, no. Where am I going to get a wrench? I'm a Jew. I don't know anything about wrenches. Oh, you know what our screwdriver is? Our screwdriver is a butter knife. That's what our screwdriver is, a butter knife. I don't know. Can you come out here, please? Now, here's the strange thing. I always think the Jews are not mechanics, can't figure anything out, and it's true. But I have a Jewish Yellow Pages. My kid's playing with it. My dog's playing with his toy. I have a Jewish Yellow. And they say, what is a Jewish Yellow Pages? It's all loaded with Jews. That's what it is. In fact, when I went to the Chinese restaurant, I said, I was always wondering, do you have any Chinese Jews? He said, no, we only have tomato juice, orange juice, pineapple juice, no Chinese juice. Anyway, it's a Yellow Pages, all Jewish people in there. I don't know what the hell it is. Besides doctors, lawyers, and accountants, there's plumbers. They have Jewish plumbers. I couldn't believe that also. Which reminded me of the story of the lady that had a parrot. And the parrot was a very smart parrot. She'd have a conversation with the parrot, talk to the parrot. People would come over. Everyone loved talking to this parrot. A very smart parrot. So the lady had a leak in her sink like I have now, and which reminded me of the time I was working up in the Catskills, and I sent him to a hotel. I set up in a hotel on my way up to the Catskills, and in my room the faucet kept dripping. All night I had a terrible leak, dripping. So I called down to the front desk. I said, hey, I got a leak in my sink. And the clerk said, go ahead. So, and the rooms were so thin. The rooms were so thin in this hotel room. Thin. I could hear everything going on in the room next to me. As a matter of fact, the room next to me, the lady had a terrible sweet tooth. The whole night she was hollering, oh, Henry! Oh, Henry! Oh, Henry! Anyway, so the lady had a very smart parrot. Had a conversation. He had a leak in her sink, so she called the plumber, and she said the plumber said, I'll be over in an hour. So the lady said to the parrot, look, I'm going out. I'll be back in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. The plumber's going to be here in an hour. If somebody comes here, you'll let them know that I'm out. Let the plumber know I'll be back in a few minutes. So the parrot said, sure, fine. So the lady leaves. As soon as the lady leaves, the plumber arrives and knocks on the door. And the parrot says, who is it? And the plumber says, it's the plumber. And he's standing there, nothing. So he knocks on the door again. Parrot says, who is it? Plumber says, what are you yelling? Who is it? It's the plumber. I said it's the plumber. Open the door and I'll fix the leak. What are you yelling? Who is it? And he's standing there, nothing. So he bangs on the door. The parrot says, who is it? The plumber says, what are you yelling? Who is it? Drop dead with who is it? Who is it? Who is it? I told you who it is. The plumber. You want to fix the leak. You let me in the door. I'll fix the leak. Get the hell out of here. Stop yelling. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Let me in the house already. Nothing. He bangs on the door. The parrot says, who is it? He says, you should go to hell with who is it? I'm not coming in the house with who is it? Drop dead with you. Who is it? I'm leaving. I can't stand this place. Never in a million years am I coming back to this place. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? That's it. I'm finished. I'm through. Well, the plumber gets so upset, so nervous, drops dead of a heart attack right on the steps. A crowd starts forming over the body, and the lady comes home and sees a crowd around the house, and she can't figure out what it is. So she breaks through the crowd, and she sees a body on the steps. She says, oh my God, who is it? Who is it? And the parrot says, it's the plumber. Anyway, so I have the water running. The water's running, and the plumber. So finally this morning, after 3 days of the water running, and anybody else would have had it done in 2 minutes, not me. I'm very, very busy. I'm busy doing these blogs for you. So I call the plumber, and I call one plumber. And I said, listen, this is David Bronstein. I have this war. My wife says, who cares? Why are you telling me your name? Does he care who you are? I get a lot of respect at this house. So I called the plumber. I said, this is David Bronstein. The water is running. I got to have somebody turn off the water. He says, terrific. We're going to come out. It'll be $45. I said, oh, that's great. $45 just to fix the leak? Oh, no. The $45 is for travel time and to tell you have a leak. I said, what are you going to tell me? I only told you. You told me? That'll be $45. He says, no, well, there's travel time and we got to come in to diagnose the problem. I said, I just told you the problem. The water's running. It's not stopping. That's the problem. Why do I got to pay $45 for me to tell you what the problem is? He said, no, we have to tell you what the problem is. I don't want me to tell you what the problem is. $45. I said, well, don't tell me what the problem is. I said, let me tell you, you pay me the $45. Anyway, he said, it's $45 to come out for the travel to tell me what the problem is, $150 for a new faucet, plus whatever it's going to take his time to replace the faucet. Do you understand this? I'm telling you, this is what he said. I said, how much is a faucet? $150? He said, well, that's the minimum price. A faucet could be $600. I said, what's the difference between a $150 faucet and a $600 faucet? It's the same water. Does gold come out for $600? Gold and diamonds and platinum? Is that what comes out? But for $150, I only get hot and cold water? Is that? I don't know what the difference is. So I said, I'm going to call you back. Now, how could he charge me $45 travel time and to tell me what the problem is after I already told him what the problem is? That's a great business. I got to be a plumber. Yeah. Somebody calls me. I said, hello, what's the problem? The problem is I got a leak in my sink. Terrific. That'll be $45. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. And it's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. So I didn't call this guy. I had to call many other plumbers. I left messages. So finally one guy was a very nice guy said, I'm on my way out to this other part of the city. I'm going to stop by your house to see what the matter is. So he comes by my house, and as he comes up the stairs, these steps are so full of ice. The steps are full of ice. I almost fell. Why didn't clean off the ice? I said, I told my wife, clean the ice off the steps. My wife won't do it. So he comes in there, he turns it off, he got a wrench. You know what a wrench is, don't you? A wrench. A wrench is where a Jewish cowboy lives. That's what a wrench. A wrench. So he turns off, these are good jokes, he turns off the water. Just ask it David Jack. He'll write a description on Bronstein's world like they're hackneyed jokes. Hackneyed, you know what that word hackneyed is? Anyway, so he turned off the water. He's coming back tomorrow. I had to go buy a faucet. So he says, go buy a faucet. Go buy. He said, don't buy Delta. They're shit. Go buy some other faucet, whatever the hell it is. I thought Delta's an airline. Anyway, so I went to the airport looking for a faucet. Couldn't find one, but I got a nice plane. Anyway, so he said, he told me some name of some faucet. I don't know what the hell it is. So I bought this faucet. It was $60, $70 for a faucet. Then he's going to come back tomorrow and charge me $150 to fix the faucet. My water isn't worth that much. Why do I have $150 for it to come in, to put it, $60 for the crazy faucet? Who needs water? So once you go to BronsteinsWorld.com and DavidBronstein.com. Yes! DavidBronstein.com. You're going to see the wildest, craziest videos and lots of other products I want you to buy. I want you to click on the affiliate buttons and all the crap on there and make me some money. I'm giving you a free show here, for God's sakes. It's costing me $150 for a plumber. You want to help me out? And I might want to start a donation. Start a campaign. Donate to this show